that box. Do you see it? Just pushed it back with my body. Hi, I'm Tessa, and this is another video from Drama Delivery. Do you remember Ulf from Tangled? He wanted more than anything to be a mime. My favorite scene in the movie is when they're all running and then all of a sudden, there he is, making a wall. He wanted a new way to express himself and to tell stories, to build new worlds, and that is an amazing thing that mime can do. Have you ever felt like you didn't have the words to express yourself? Like it was difficult to put them together? Like maybe there's too much emotion and you just need to put something out from your body? Well, mime is... So what is mime? It's storytelling, without words, without sounds, silence. Only your body and the world you're building. You usually see mimes wearing all black, or wearing a striped shirt, or a beret with white face paint with black marks on it that accentuate their eyes and lips. This makes expressions easier to understand, and therefore it makes storytelling easier. But you don't need any of that to learn. I could spend hours talking about mime. There's whole worlds out there that are just in the air that you can build. But we're gonna focus on 3 of the basics. First, the wall. Second, a door. And third, we're just gonna learn how to pick up and drink out of a glass. Pretty basic things, but with those 3 things, you can learn a lot more by yourself. Probably the most important word in mime is the word tension. Tension. What does that mean? Well, I want you to press your hands together and imagine that there is a ball of fire that starts in your heart. It's hot, it's a small ball, and then it splits in 2 and spreads down your arms, into your forearms, and into your hands. Suddenly, your hands have a lot of power to press into each other. This power, this fire in your arms and your hands and your shoulders and your heart, that is tension. And it is what will give weight to the things in front of you that you're building. So, you've just pushed your hands together. Now I want you to separate them. Now looking at your hands, I want you to see that they are flat. The fingers are lined up. Awesome. All right, so now let's turn that outward. If you want to practice with an actual wall, that's a good thing to do too. You just go up to the wall, you put your hands right in front of it, and you press onto it, and then you release them. All right? Okay, so I hope you've done a warm-up before this. If you need one, there's a great warm-up video on this channel. You've got your feet under you, you're rooted through your feet. Tension comes from your core and from your legs up through the rest of your body, to your arms, then to your hands. You've got them in front of you. I want you to imagine a wall, see a wall. It's just a blank wall. You're looking at it. Press, 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 press. That's half of it. The next step is the release. So you press and you release. That's how you know that there was something hard there. Press, release. Press, release. Amazing. So let's do that a little bit. Wall, wall. How was that? You can tell me in the comments if it was any good. All right, so a lot of mimes find themselves in a box. You can do that too. It's just the same principle as the wall in front of you. Now there are walls on your side. Maybe I was a little uneven there. But do you see what I mean? It's very simple. You just need to keep tension, through your arms. Amazing. The next thing we need to think about is specificity. All right, so you've got a big wall in front of you. You really only have to think about the wall and the tension in your hands, your arms, your shoulders, your body. But when you're doing something like opening a door, you have to know exactly where the door handle is. And you can use markers on your own body to help you with that. So when I'm thinking about opening a door, I think about right here, because right here is usually the height where you'll find a doorknob. So then you want to employ the same tactics of tension, and you want to curve your hand around the doorknob, all right? Curve your hand around the doorknob. Doorknobs are usually round. If this is a handle, you can go like this, because then it turns like that, right? But let's focus on a round doorknob. So you've got your hand on the doorknob. All right, you're gonna take one step with your right foot forward as you also move forward with your right arm. So you're walking in. Boop. It's a pretty simple motion. Boop. All right, so we grab the doorknob. Turn it. Imagine you hear a lock clicking. Take a step in, and then you have to follow through that action. But look, now I've got a really long door. That's weird, right? Okay, so let's go back. So, turn the doorknob. Step forward, and as you're stepping forward with this hand, you find the edge of the door, and you push it backwards, and you close the door. Suddenly you've got another wall behind you. All right, so what that should look like, please excuse me, doorway, is this. Turn the step forward, boom, 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 boom. Now you know that you went through a door. And something that's really helpful here is to think about the fact that on one side of the wall, maybe you were outside, maybe you were inside. But then when you open the door and close it, all of a sudden you're in a new room. You have a new sense of space. So that's a door. So the final thing we're going to learn today is a glass of water. We're going to pick it up and we're going to drink it. Awesome. So usually if you have a glass, you have a table, right? So let's actually practice on a real table. I've got a table and a glass here. It's helpful to practice with a real glass, and I'll tell you why. So we have tension, right? We have specificity, and we also have weight. It's really helpful to know in your body the weight of what you're holding. So when I pick up a glass, this is kind of a heavy glass. I realize, oh, okay, so it's round, all right? It's flat on the bottom, and it weighs quite a little bit. So if I were to try and pick up a glass that looks like this, in a mime sense, would I go like this? Think about it. No, right? This is a small glass. Look, they're totally different. All right, instead, I find myself at the table. I make my hands into kind of a shape similar to that size glass. Now you can do this with any glass. And I use the tension that I found when I was doing this, and I put weight into my glass. So now it looks like I'm holding something that maybe is full of ginger ale, because that's just what I'm thinking about drinking right now. I really want some ginger ale. I think I have some actually. Amazing. So I'm holding a glass full of ginger ale. I'm gonna put it back down, boop, and release. Arms limp. Awesome. So I'm gonna pick it back up. Remember, it's full of ginger ale. I'm gonna look in it. Oh, it's something that I really want to drink. Amazing. And I'm going to take a sip. So good. I'm going to put it, every action has a beginning, middle, and end. So with the glass, you see the glass, you pick it up, you look in it, exciting, you drink it, you swallow, and you put it down. Try and figure out the beginning, middle, and end of that. Oh, and one more thing. You want to make sure that your face is always engaged so that when people are watching you, they see that you're looking at a wall. They see that you're opening a door. They see that you're excited to drink a glass of whatever the heck it is. I'm really excited about the ginger ale. And how did it make me feel? So good. So when you warm up, make sure you're warming up your face. And when you're thinking about miming an object, like maybe you learned all these and you want to mime a text conversation with your friend. And you're texting, oh my gosh, they say something to you that you really don't like. So you text them back. You're saying something back. And you send it. And you put your phone down. What was the beginning, middle, and end of that? So, you've learned some basics. Again, there are a lot more. But I want you to look around your home and find some objects that maybe you want to tell stories with. Pick them up, look at their weight, look at their shape, and see if you can then recreate them out of thin air. Then, put a beginning, middle, and end. Think about how you feel about this object. How does interacting with it make you feel? Maybe you can string all those things together to make a story. And maybe, like Ulf, you can find a new way to express yourself. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Tessa, and this was a mime video with drama delivery. Don't forget to check out the rest of the videos on the page. We have more coming. Like, comment, and subscribe. And find us on Instagram at Drama Delivery. In fact, if you do make a mime piece, please film it and tag us in it so that we can share it with our community. Don't forget that there are so many ways to tell stories. You can do it from your home, you can do it from the park, you can do it anywhere. You can build a world with your hands.